Hello, my name is Mariana, and today this is a reading for Scorpio. Um, Scorpio, as usual, I'm doing your reading with my own deck, so the cards you'll see are from this deck. Um, Scorpio, I have to say that today your reading feels like you are taking control over yourself, over your sense of procrastination or your sense of wanting to remain in a comfort zone. And it's almost like you're giving yourself this deadline or this command voice. Actually, it's how it's not only appearing but also how it's sounding, because mainly the first card, and I'm going to show you in a second, but like the rest of it is coming through as like it's almost like you're assessing what you have done or what you haven't done, possibly, and how you have been very very meticulous in considering and pondering all of the pros and cons, all of the what ifs, and like that's done. Like the period of thinking or even overthinking is done. Now is the part when you have to do, you have to move into action, is, and that is like you have to cut the circuit, like this thinking pattern that is going to be forever staying in this comfort zone. And the wonderful thing that I'm seeing is like you get to do, like you get to move out of inertia, which feels like is like the big deal of your reading. It's like you're moving out of the comfort zone, out of the procrastination, out of the but what if this or that or whatever happens. And it's like you have to push yourself. It's like nobody else can do this for you, Scorpio. It's like something that you have to give yourself this command or this like push. It's like you are stating to yourself, like, I can do this. Like, and it's not, I'm going to rephrase that. It's not that you can do it. It's almost like you have been considering like how you can do it. Like you have come to that conclusion already. But it's like you are now saying to yourself, I'm going to do it. I am doing it. I'm doing it. Which is so beautiful, because it's like you are allowing yourself that the waiting game is over. Like you're not waiting for anyone or anything or any sort of external thing to command this to you. So we're beginning with the voice command, right? With the Ace of Swords. So straight away when this card came through, not only I saw this motion, right? It's like the like breaking the ice or breaking the inertia, right? It's like there is movement in this card today for me. But the movement comes from this, like this internal mental decision, like I'm doing this, let's do it, I can do it. But that's the thing, it's like it's more than just I can do it, because it's like with this card especially, it's like the Six of Pentacles here is coming through as like a lot of pondering, a lot of, it's like you're piling up all of the possible arguments that would make you just stay in this comfortable place, right? To me, the sixes have this well, especially the even numbers to me, because they have a lot of balancing out. It's like they bring a lot of calm, right? It's like they have a little bit of stability than the odd numbers, which is the contrast here. We have 1 and then we have the 6, and then actually following the 6 we have 2 4s, which are the epitome of stability to me. 4s to me are the numbers that are talking about like grounding and finding the basic needs, or finding what is like the minimum that I need to have my needs met, or just finding comfort, really finding that, you know, everything that you need has a little bit of support, a little bit of stability. So but you know, before we get into the fours, let's just talk a little bit more about the Six of Pentacles, because there's a, you know, there's a little bit of a contrast in the energy and the motion here, because this energy from the Ace of Swords was pushing forward, and it was like this voice command that I was hearing so loud in my head, and it was like not like the intonation of a question, it was more like a command, really. It was like this and it's more than a decision, because it's like you have been deciding, or you have been in this process of, you know, stacking up all of the what ifs, all of the consideration phase has been done, and has brought you a sense of peace and organization, and maybe, you know, even harmony and settlement is what I'm just hearing right now. But the thing about the difference between these two, and especially because, you know, we have the Ace of Swords initiating this reading, Scorpio, is like this sense of harmony is too stagnant, right? It's like now you have to push forward from this it's not completely stagnant. There is a little bit of movement, even more, you know, the Six to me has a little bit more movement, and then the two fours that, you know, actually I'm just going to share with you right now. So we have the Four of Pentacles, another Pentacle card, and then the Four of Cups, which brings me the, like, there has come to a point in this process of pondering and considering and making all of the lists of all of the pros and cons, and, you know, just, even though, yes, this card to me brings like all of the thinking and overthinking, it's like with all of the Pentacles and then with the Cups, it's like it has come to a point where all the overthinking has stopped you, or has built this minimum comfort zone for you, right? It's like you are, well, settling, yes, with a sense of balance, but also with a sense of, maybe if I try something bigger, or maybe if I go for something more than I wanted, it's like it's going to be too big of a risk, perhaps, right? It's like you don't want to lose what you have obtained, right? And then there's also perhaps this emotional factor that plays a big role in remaining attached, in a sense, to the comfort zone of, you know, just considering instead of acting and doing and putting yourself in this risky situation, which is like this exposing like yourself to something that could go many different ways, right? And if you just remain yourself, it's like if you keep yourself in this comfortable yet minimal situation, it's like you are restricting yourself also, but you're not only restricting yourself from failure, but you're also restricting yourself from success potentially. It's like you don't know what is beyond the limits that you have self-imposed for. It's like making these lists were comfortable in a sense, and that was okay, because it's almost like now I can hear you maybe talking to yourself like, but why would I want to risk what I have already built in order to maybe achieve something better, but also maybe losing what I have gained, right? Or earned, or built, right? And that's the thing here. It's like this is the voice command that only you can give to yourself to switch this thinking process, really, right? And it's like nobody else can, you know, help you decide, because like you have done decision and the thinking and the feeling part of it, right? And you have found a place that brings you to a comfortable position. It's almost like you have found comfort, and that is okay, right? It's just that within the stability that you have found, it's like you're also keeping yourself from trying something more or something different. And that's okay. Like I now, like I'm not trying to judge your choices, right? It's like I'm almost like questioning myself right now, and maybe you too, Scorpio. It's like, if this motion is here to break the ice, to break the stalemate from what you have built for yourself, like maybe there is something that you haven't yet experienced that is going to help to just, experience something else, something different, which I don't really know what could be because it's not showing up here. But because of these cards, I feel like there is an opportunity for you to move away from this place that you have found this comfortable place for you, or like this comfortable state, right? Perhaps financially, emotionally. It's almost like the way that these two cards are coming through after all of the listing of the things that would bring you happiness or would bring you stability or would bring you like peace of mind and balance, is like, it's almost like I'm hearing you like say, I'd rather not do anything crazy in order not to spend so much money, or not to break my heart, or not to expose myself to any kind of danger or possible threat to this stability that I have found. So it's like you are, in a sense, like having to find, with the Seven of Swords followed by the Hermit and then the Two of Wands, it's like this command that you give yourself internally, mentally, or even if you say it out loud. I find that, well, at least to me, from my own experience, it's like when you say something out loud, it's like the tone, the just like hearing from out of your mouth, it's like it has such a power that perhaps it's like the path to break the overthinking that has kept you inside this tent, right? This maybe isolated position, or just actually this Hermit is coming through as the comfort zone, right? So if you like give yourself the green light to risk yourself, to expose yourself, to just try something new, try something different, try something that you have been considering and maybe thinking about but never actually doing. It's like you have to fight, right, against the comfort zone, to because this is the interesting thing about these two fours. You see here the two fours are like this overview image of the base of the tent, right? We have like a square here at the base of this Hermit card. So this is like this way of perceiving that was keeping you imprisoned in the comfort zone that you have built for yourself. And like from just seeing it from another angle, yes, it does require like the motivational speech that you give yourself right in front of the mirror, or like saying out loud the things that you have been postponing or just procrastinating overall, right? Just thinking and thinking and thinking about but never actually doing. It's like you have to gather up all of your like self-talk to push them, like to push everything in the same direction. This is what the Seven of Swords is coming through like as, like you have to, like if your thinking process has found a really balanced way to and maybe, you know, very rigid kind of way to move, in a sense that like you can only see yourself thinking or doing certain kind of things. It's like you have to be extra thoughtful, and like firm, like firm with yourself, firm, like I'm not going to break this unless I am the one giving me this command, right? And so you have to like gather all of your thoughts, like even, you know, any kinds of thoughts that were, you know, addressing this sort of pondering, and perhaps, you know, excessive pondering, that yes felt comfortable, but it's like to break this habit, or to yes put yourself in motion, right? And just see yourself from another perspective. It's like this is what you have to, like this is the how to remove yourself from this hermit position, which is not a bad thing in general. It's just the way that the cards are lining up for your reading today, Scorpio, in particular. It's like there is benefit in you leaving this tent or this comfort zone, because more than a place of acquiring knowledge and wisdom is coming through as like you have settled longer than you needed in this place, right? Of just, you know, finding the books and reading all of the stuff that you could find, or watching all of the videos that you could watch. It's like this time in the tent, or in this questioning yourself if you're capable of facing the outer world, right? And yes, with the Two of Wands here, it's like once you do focus, it's like all of your energy, and just like be firm with yourself, and just really say to yourself, like, I'm doing this now. I'm doing this now. There is no other question to be answered. There's nothing else to be thought about. I'm doing this now. And, you know, just getting up and doing it, really. It's like this is what this is talking about, because it's like you gather every sort of minuscule doubt, and you're directing it to push you forward and push you out of this comfort zone that is, you know, the first two steps. This is what this Two of Wands is talking about. The first two steps is going to feel like you know, if you have been set down like I am right now, you know, and that happens when I finish recording and I have to just lift myself up. It's like my knees hurt from being sat down a long time. And you know, if you spend like a long time sitting down reading or watching videos or even laying down, it's like your body comes to this very comfortable position, but once you start moving and break the inertia, it's like the first two steps can feel wobbly, can feel very, you know, odd. And it's like with this wands, it's like you need to see your feet with this fire, with this just this boost of energy, right? And this is what this command, it's like you are being firm with yourself. It's almost like you are going to be your boss now, right? You're going to order what you're going to do. And it's almost like you are tricking your brain, right? Because you're directing or redirecting your thoughts that were accustomed to a certain way of functioning, that perhaps, you know, were reliable, were stable, were gentle even, right? Emotionally, they were comforting. But now is the time that you have to redirect that thinking into moving, and, you know, see your feet working its way out of this comfort zone. It's like really put yourself into motion. It's not just thinking about doing, it's actually doing, which is incredible, because, you know, this card is coming through as like, see your feet with fire underneath. Like, even if you feel wobbly in the first few steps, it's like, see that there is going to be increased energy that is going to continue powering you in this motion forward, right? So this is very empowering to me, at least, like, since, you know, the very beginning of the reading, I was like, you know, this command voice inside your head is able to actually move your body into doing something that you have been thinking about doing, and, you know, maybe just procrastinating about it. So Scorpio, I'm going to pull more cards for you, and also I'm going to pull from the astrological runes in the extended reading. So if you want to join me there, I'll be happy to see you. If not, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.